could be slick. But these tires are well broken in. I have 330 miles, well, 329. And I've been a little bit more aggressive around curves. Some not so much. But I'm really starting to enjoy it. Really starting to enjoy it. And another good reason why I should not be on a sport bike, because I'm really enjoying this. And if I were on a sport bike, I would be so tempted to try different things. Probably not wheelie, but I probably wouldn't be able to help doing a wheelie because these sport bikes have so much power and the throttle is so touchy. So I would have to be careful with that to begin with. Just so you know, I'm 66, I'll be 67 in March, and I haven't been on a motorcycle for a little over 20 years, but I got that itch. I don't know. Late life crisis, perhaps? So I just decided, I started with a scooter. I thought, well, you know, scooter to work and back, it'd be fine. I went with the Bergman 400, which was okay. I mean, I could go on the highway with it. I had it up to 70, but I just didn't feel really comfortable. There was something about not having your legs, your inner legs, on a gas tank. It made me feel a little unstable. With this bad boy, I'm feeling pretty good about it. But the scooter, I had no complaints about the scooter. It performed really well. It had enough power, like I said, to go on the beltway with it. So it was a lot of freaking fun. But after a very short time, maybe 2-3 weeks, I realized it just wasn't enough bike. I like the fact that it was an automatic. I've done the clutch thing for many years when I was younger, and I just didn't want to have to mess with this now. I didn't know how my reactions would be, and so I thought, well, let's go automatic. So that's the route I went with the scooter. And then I looked into other bikes that were automatic, and I picked this bad boy. This is the Honda NC750X DCT, which is dual clutch transmission, and it's wonderful. There is no clutch. As you look over here, you'd see no clutch here. I have no foot gears on the left side, but I do have a drive mode. I have 3 sport modes. In fact, I'm in #1 sport mode now, which just gives you a little bit more oomph. If I go into 2, it'll give me a little bit more oomph, and then 3, well, you get what I'm talking about. And then if the feeling ever comes over me to go to manual, I flick a little switch over here, and I have paddle shifts on the left handlebar, so I can paddle shift through the gears if I so desire. I don't know why I would want to, but as I get more experience on this bike, this is about 2.5 weeks old. As I get more experience on this bike, maybe I'll play with it and see what happens. I mean, I can see myself playing with it. The good thing about the paddle shifting is if I come into a curve a little bit too hot, whether I'm in drive or any of the sport modes, I can downshift, which will help me out a little bit. But as far as the automatic, I'm just loving it. I mean, yeah, my left hand and my left foot don't have much to do, but if it comes to an emergency situation, I'm covered. All I have to worry about is braking. I don't have to worry about downshifting or pulling in the clutch if an emergency happens, putting it in neutral. When I stop, this bike automatically goes back into neutral. So these are all good things for me. Maybe if I were younger, I would be more tempted to get into the clutch action. I mean, you certainly can wind it out. There are advantages to having a clutch, but for my situation and my needs, this is just fantastic. I would highly recommend it to any older person who is thinking about getting back into or starting out riding, because it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's a great feeling. There are a lot of the younger guys that give it a bad name, and they're playing. I understand wanting to play. What I don't understand, and it's probably because I'm older, is why they have the need to play on main streets with traffic around. They're doing wheelies and drifting and doing all kinds of tricks. That's all fine and good. I mean, I really enjoy watching it, but I wouldn't want to be behind them on the street while they're doing this, and maybe I wouldn't even want to be in front of them or even in the group riding with them, because